Document A. Sue.
The document is from the Latin American Revolution.
From the Latin American Revolution. That's absolutely correct. What else can you add to it? Yes?
It says he founded 5 nations.
He founded 5 nations. Notice that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 flags back here, which represent that. Okay? There's a nickname that they call him. What nickname? And look very carefully on this, so you can see the nickname they give him. What's it called? What's it called?
The South American.
Liberator.
I can't.
Liberator.
Liberator.
Liberator. Very good. With some help with your friends. What does liberator mean?
I didn't know that part.
Like.
To give liberty, I guess.
To give liberty. Yes, the root word is liberty. And if you're going to give liberty, you're giving what?
Freedom.
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 Okay? So, Simon Boulevard is kind of like the South American version of George Washington. He freed Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and Bolivia from what European power?
Spain.
From Spain. Very good. So make sure that you have the fact that he defeated the he defeated the Spanish, and he spent some time in the United States, and he loved the United States. He loved reading about the French Revolution, and it really motivated him. And he said, hey, if those Americans and if those French can become independent, we could become independent too. And so he was very successful in that.
But wasn't he like a Spanish noble?
Not Spanish, because he was born in Venezuela, but he was very wealthy. But just like George Washington was very wealthy. I mean, he owned over 1,000 acres. He was a plantation farmer from Virginia. George
My
Washington.
dad's a farmer.
Cool. Yes.
That's awesome.
Didn't he free people from the Spanish?
Yeah, and that's why he's called the Liberator. He helped fight for their independence, like Venezuela right there. Next one. Who can tell me something about this?
What document is that?
I think it's B. It's B. What can you tell me about it?
Oh.
It is from the French Revolution. That's absolutely correct. What clue gave you the idea that this is from the French Revolution? What clue?
As a guillotine, and it's also the reign of terror.
Yes, because the guillotine. The French Revolution is famous for the guillotine, and the guillotine was used during the Reign of Terror. Very good. And who was the dude's name who kind of oversaw the Reign of Terror? To me, it sounds like a dessert or a fruit name.
Caviar.
Oh.
Caviar?
Maximilian.
I don't know. What was his name?
Maximilian D. Rossberry.
Yeah, raspberry. Almost like a fruit, huh? Or a dessert, raspberry.
Raspberry.
Raspberry. Raspberry.
It sounds like Asbury.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Jeez, I never thought about that, but yeah, it does sound like
Maybe they're
Asbury.
related.
Asbury.
I guess
Asbury
ask
wasn't a
him
leader of mass execution.
You should ask him if,
You never
his
know.
name is
I could see him doing
French.
it. You defeated me.
Maybe there's also draw a book
Okay.
that's like
Next one. Who can tell me something about this one?
It's like a teddy bear.
It's not a teddy bear. Katie, what can you tell me about that?
It's from the Stamp Act.
It's from the Stamp Act. That's absolutely correct. Oh, we got more stuff here. We got more stuff. It's from the Stamp Act, and the Stamp Act was from what revolution?
Can't remember.
Can't remember. Calling someone to help you out. It is the Stamp Act.
American.
I know this one.
She's looking.
Alexis!
Okay, that kind of
Go!
weird.
Alexis! Oh. Okay.
What revolution? Just answer that question.
The revolution it's from is the American.
American Revolution. Katie, what is it?
The American.
And what is it?
The American.
The American Revolution. Very good. So you have the Stamp Act from the American Revolution. Sherry.
In 1765, Parliament passed Stamp Act because all items had to have a stamp
That's very good. Those items would be newspapers, legal documents, calendars, playing cards. Okay. Yes.
I remember why they raised the taxes on the
Why?
stamp act. Because they were trying to get themselves out of the debt that they left themselves in after the French and Indian War.
That's very good because the British sent troops quarter of the way around the world to defend these colonies, these British colonies, against the French. And they defeated the French. And eventually, how does that tie back into the American Revolution?
Because then,
People
Because
don't
why?
know that the original taxes.
because I think this has to do with something. When they had their big battle, the French and the American would hold their document, and then the French. Oh, this is some other one. No, are we?
How does the French and Indian War relate to the American Revolution? The British defeated the French.
And the French teamed up with the colonies to
America.
Wait, I can't hear him. What?
England.
Yeah, to defeat England, right? Was it because the French, they loved those Americans, those liberty-loving Americans?
Nope.
No, they just want to stick it to the British because the British whipped them during the French and Indian War. And so what better way to get back to the British than to help out your enemy's enemy, right?
So we were like a really weak army.
Oh, we were totally weak.
Wait a minute.
We would not have won without the Spanish and the French help. The American Revolution War, to put it in a term that you can probably understand, would be like, and this isn't rip on Lowell Scott football team, it could be Heritage football team, it could be Lewis and Clark football team, whoever. But it would be like a middle school football team versus the Patriots, or the Pittsburgh Steelers, or the Seattle Seahawks.
Seahawks.
So you gotta get
That's
So you have to get Boise State.
The Raiders.
So,
Boise State would kill the Seahawks.
Yeah, they would. So it'd be like
no, it'd be like a middle school team versus a professional football team.
Oh, you said college.
No.
I was like, that'd be
So-
smarter.
So going into this war, everyone thought, man, you Americans are just going to get whooped because the largest, most powerful nation on earth was the British at that time.
Wait, so the
But wait, we would have
French
to
hated us, but they hated England even
They
more.
didn't hate us, but they go, hey, you know what? What better way to get back at them than to help out these rebels? Does that make sense?
Okay.
And so we didn't have a chance against the British. And it was only because the Spanish and the French helped us out. More the French than the Spanish. And so we lost a lot of wars, a lot of the battles. And it wasn't until the French came along and they helped us out. And the French, they helped us out so much, they got in debt up their eyeballs. They sent something like 20,000, 30,000 troops to help us out. They sent military commanders to help train our troops. They sent boats, because we had no navy to speak of, not much of a navy, and they had a huge navy.
Okay, but what about Spain? Did they go in depth or not?
No, not as much as the French did.
They didn't send as many people.
Because the French had most of our forces.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Are we the strongest, or is Russia stronger than
We're
we?
stronger.
Aw.
Sue.
okay, so it'd be like if the Patriots came and were invading like Sergeant football team, and then like CSU would come help.
I guess, kind of. Okay.
They're kind of bigger.
Mr. Moran.
Yes.
Okay, so like, I had a question about like the war. So, was French like mostly doing the fighting for us?
No, what they did was I mean, there were cases where they had troops out there fighting with the Americans, helping us out. But you got to remember, we didn't have much of an army to speak of, and the army we did have, there were volunteers, and so the French, they looked at the Americans, and we weren't trained as soldiers, and so Lafayette, a very famous French general, in fact, right across the way from the White House is Lafayette Park, and there's a big statue of Lafayette, General Lafayette, who trained the American troops. And the first time he saw the American troops, he said, you guys are despicable. How can you guys fight? No wonder the British are whipping you, because you guys aren't trained. You guys are not disciplined. And so he trained them into a group, a good core group of soldiers. But I mean, they were sloppy. They would run. In fact, George Washington sent a letter to Congress, talked about how, you know, the troops we have, the first sight, well, not unprofessional, the first sight of fear, they'd run away. And he's like, you guys need to fight. And they're like, heck no, we're out of here. Now, how can you win wars if you got troops that are running
You guys
away?
battle and run away.
Yeah, it's not doing you any good.
Oh, and then I have. Wait, never mind. Let me remember my question.
Okay, well, we got to move on. Next one. Who can tell me something about this? This is document, I think, is it C?
No.
H?
It's C.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Alexis, what can you tell me about this document?
This document is from the French Revolution.
It is from the French Revolution.
What document is this?
It is.
Oh.
H. It's from the French
Okay.
Revolution.
They got the ideas from the Americans when they were fighting. The Americans had their American, like the American documents, and
The French?
so the French saw that the Americans had the documents in their pouches, and they're like, "Well, we want to make something like that." So then they made their own document.
Okay. They were inspired by the Americans. And this is the Declaration of Rights of Men. Is that what you're going to say? Say it then. It was the French version of the Declaration of Independence, right? Declaration of Rights of Men. And if you look very closely, you get some clues. It's written in French. You see some French troops there. Okay, what else?
I was gonna ask a question. Why does that why does it have the same I as the number?
I guess would well, there's
Field.
lots of possibilities. The reason why you see the I on the dollar bill is because it's on top of a pyramid, and actually all the founders of the American Revolution were Masons, and the Masonic organization is a brotherhood. And to understand why they were all Masons is because they were committing an act of